Can you take the championship from DNZ? This year, you can play our football pick'em on CBS Sports and compete against us in an option every week. Check the link in our Instagram bio, Fade Route Podcast, for all the details and to sign up. Then tune into the Fade Route every week until the Super Bowl for updates and standings. Bring it on.
It's Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. Here are your hosts, D and Z. Welcome everybody to Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. I am Z, and here's how it goes. D and I are going to give you our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy starts or green lights, and our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy starts or fantasy sits or red lights. We're going to start with our green lights first. Who are your green lights, D?
All right. So first up, I've got Kenneth Mitchell, running back for the Ravens, going up against the Browns this weekend. He's a big all or nothing guy, but he's worth a shot. Number 2, I'm rolling with him, so you should roll with him. I'm rolling with him in 2 leagues, and that's Joshua Dobbs against the Saints. I believe in Joshua Dobbs. I'm all in on it. I expect at least 16 to 20 points. And last but not least, this is a no-brainer. It's the 49ers defense against the Jags. They're fully studded now on their defensive line. Nobody's going to be passing the ball on them or running the ball on them. Get in on that.
Solid. I'm going to go with Nico Collins against the Bengals. Monster day last week. CJ Stroud is legit. The Bengals can be had. They're a good defense, they're not a great defense. And CJ Stroud can sling it. And Nico Collins can definitely take advantage of that. Number 2, the Steelers defense against the Packers. The Steelers have been doing it with smoke and mirrors this year, and they've been doing it on that side of the ball. So they're going to keep moving it along, and they're going to show that the Jordan Love over the Rams was an aberration. And then number 3, against better judgment, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Kyler Murray against the Falcons. He's here. He's going to showcase. And the Falcons, I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. I don't know. I just don't know. So, Bird's who's trying to lose here? Who's here?
Who am I not paying around here?
Who didn't get the memo? Kyler Murray will ball out to 2 and 8. But those are our green lights. Who are your red lights, Dave?
All right, well, first up, I've got Devontae Adams going up against the Jets. I think it was a nice little win for the Raiders this past weekend, but the Jets do have good corners. The Jets do have a good defense, and Devontae is dropping passes and not being effective, so I wouldn't count on him this weekend. Number 2 might surprise you. I'm going with Jonathan Taylor against the Patriots in Frankfurt. The field, they're going with, I believe, 7s on their cleats there. The grass is very thin. And I think the Patriots will be going to force Minshew to beat them. And number 3, sticking with my theme that the 49ers D is legit, I'd stay away from Travis Etienne. I don't like him this weekend at all. This is going to be the first time the 49ers defense is playing together as a unit. And this is after a bye. This is after 3 losses. They come get some.
Solid. I'm sitting Derrick Henry against the Bucs. As good as he's been of late, I think that the Bucs are still a stout defense. They're going to plug some holes, and they'll also be behind. So Will Levis is going to have to be slinging the ball. So that means less for King Henry. Sit Bijan Robinson the Cardinals because the coach is. So what the hell? He has no value right now. You can't stop. You can't play him. You can't play the guy. What, he got you 5.1 points last week? He got you for a running back? That's not good. So until he starts getting better carries, you sit Bijan Robinson until further notice. And the last sit, and this might be like the biggest no-brainer, you sit Saquon Barkley against the Cowboys. Tommy DeVito, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, his numbers looked respectable by the end of the game last week, but they were out of it. You know, it was 15 to 20 for 175 yards and a touch. Like, okay, but no. Like, the Cowboys are going to feast on that Giants offensive line. Tommy DeVito doesn't scare anybody. And Saquon Barkley is going to take a beating this Sunday. Those are our red lights. Those are our green lights. What are yours? Hit us up. FadeRouteMail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoute Podcast. Drop us a DM on X at FadeRouteDNZ. Time for us to run the go route again. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.